I responded and said, in the Bible it says, Jesus said to his people, where I am going, you will not be able to go. And I only said that to him is because I know only a few are on a narrow path. Only a few are taking the responsibility of doing the due diligence of themselves. Understand? And I'm 24 years old, and I only know my mother and her mother. That's only 2 generations. I never met my great-grandmother, not on my father's side, not on my mother's side. As far as I know, I only know my grandmother. I don't know none of her siblings. I don't know none of her family. I hear certain things about the generational mentalities that they once had on both parties, mother and father, grandfather and grandmother, but there's no history. And as far as I'm concerned, it starts with me. And as far as I'm concerned, it starts with me. And I say that because that's how my mind is. You see, it could have started with my grandmother. It could have started with my mom. But they did not decide to do the will of themselves. They did not decide to do the will of God. I don't know anything about the bloodline of my family. I don't. All I know is it starts with me. And that is a blessing. Because what I am doing, the mind that I am cultivating, the mind that my children will have, the mind that my children's children will have, the mind that my children's children will have. Like I said, it will start with me. It will start with me. I'm getting goosebumps talking about this. It starts with me. And my chief, my mentor, my guru, Eligio the Christ, has given me knowledge of self, which sparked life within me, life within my mind. I know now to live in truth. I know now to live in truth. Because before I was living in lies. Okay. And if we let's take away lies. I was given misinformation, which is essentially lies, but false information. I was given false information ever since I've been here. I portaled in this bitch about 8,000 days ago, about 9,000 days ago, and was given all the wrong information about myself. And so was my mother. So was my grandmother, my grandfather, my father. They was given misinformation. Yeah, they wanted the best for me. Your family wants the best for you. But the best for you in their mind is another person's mind. It's the European way of living. And the European way of living is what you call this place, Babylon. When you live backwards, creating all these external things to sustain life that don't need sustaining. See, we melanated people are ancient people. We belong in nature. Our lives can sustain itself in nature. But see, the European mentality In order to sustain itself, it got to create. It got to build. It got to create structures and systems, right? To where they got a whole world to protect their breed or their mind, their way of thinking, their way of being. And that mutated and that carried on to my melanated, my sun people, you know. And all my life, I was not given who I am. Essentially, when it comes to my mind, my psychology, when it comes to my biology, my body, me being a female, when it comes to the things that I am seeing, how am I able to see these things? How am I able to feel these things? I was told 1 + 1 is 2, A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. No. Of course, all that is here for a reason. Yeah. And it is playing its part. And it is showing those who need to be shown who they are. But I must proclaim me. I must proclaim knowledge of self. I must proclaim this information that I am receiving every single day. Every single day. And like I said, and it starts with me. So many people right now is living in a fucking line. They comfortable. They don't even know their mind. They don't even know the psychology of their mind. They don't know that. Do you know that the repetition of stress becomes addictive? So many people sustain lives that they don't want to live is because they're addicted to that life. Understand, you are the problem. You are the problem. In order to be a master of self, the first step of being a master of self, living in self-correction, is taking absolute accountability. Not only for you, but for everything that is occurring in your reality. Everything that is occurring in your reality, it is for you. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of people would go through these traumatic experiences, and say, how dare you say that was my fault? When you are able to understand me, when I say take accountability for everything in your life, you understand how beautiful and how much it does to you. Understand, there's not one human being on this earth who has not went through a trial and a tribulation. We all have been through painful things. Why is that though? It's because we live out a specific program. We live out a specific energy. We live out a specific frequency. And if we don't know that frequency, if we don't know our DNA, if we don't know our energy, then of course you're going to be confused, conflicted, depressed, with anxiety, because you don't know where it comes from. You don't know what it is. But you are you, as much as you're the problem, you're the solution. You are not just the problem, you are also the solution. Don't you know that?